the means for crossing the ocean of samsara and for the attainment of supreme peace are inquiry into the nature of the self, who am I, and of the world, what is this world, and of the truth, what is truth. If we can engage fully with these processes, then this is the only way to liberation. This is the nature of liberation itself. It is direct understanding of the answers to these questions. Vasishta is addressing Ram. Your own ancestor, Ikshvaku, even while he was ruling his kingdom, reflected within himself one day, what may be the origin of this world which is full of diverse sufferings, old age, death, pain and pleasure and delusion? He could not arrive at an answer, so after having duly worshipped his father Manu, the son of Brahma, he asked him, Lord, your own will prompts me to place a problem before you. What is the origin of this world? How can I be free from this samsara? So Manu is the first man, the founder of the Sun dynasty, of which Ram is a son. Manu replied, what you see here does not exist, my son, none of it. Nor is there anything which is unseen and which is beyond the mind and the senses. When we're told that none of this is true, we assume there's some other reality. This is the reality that science assumes, and a lot of religious and spiritual people, they always say this isn't real. The implication being that there's another reality underlying it, like in the Matrix or something like that. But there isn't anything unseen. There isn't anything beyond the mind and the senses. There is but the self which is eternal and infinite. What is seen as the universe is but a reflection in that self. So the universe is a clue. Rather than something which is dismissed as illusion, it's a clue. It's something which we can look into, and by looking into it, we're looking into the self also. We're looking into what we mean by I. We're looking into the truth. On account of the energy inherent in the cosmic consciousness, that reflection is seen here as the cosmos and elsewhere as living beings. This is what you call the world. There is neither bondage nor liberation. The one infinite consciousness alone exists, neither one nor many. Abandon all thought of bondage and liberation and rest in peace. So we don't only abandon all thought of bondage and liberation, we abandon all notions, not only of bondage and liberation, but of everything else, of an external world, of an individual self, of notions of perception, and so on. Give up all these. And when you give up all this, when you give up everything which causes the attention to be agitated, and the attention can come to rest in itself, this is the supreme peace. Manu continued, it is when pure consciousness gives rise to concepts and notions within itself that it assumes an individuality, jiva. Such individuals wander in this samsara, this world appearance. In an eclipse, what was unseen earlier is seen. Even so, it is possible to perceive through the individual's experiences the pure experiencing, which is the infinite consciousness. So we look beyond our experiences and realize there's only experiencing going on. This experiencing is the dynamic creativity, the infinite dynamic creativity of consciousness, which is omnipotent, omnipresent, and all there is basically. But this self-knowledge is not gained by study of scriptures or with the help of a guru. It can only be gained by the self for itself. And all a guru can do is tell you this. A guru can't give you this insight. A guru cannot inspire you to this insight, except by turning you to yourself. Regard your body and senses as instruments for experiencing, not as self. Well, it's best not to regard the body and senses at all. There's only the experiencing going on, and notions of body and senses are based on that. Experiencing is not based on the body and senses. The notion, I am the body, is bondage. So is the notion, there is a body. The seeker should avoid it. Certainly the spiritual practitioner should avoid it. I am no thing but pure consciousness. Such understanding, when it is sustained, is conducive to liberation. And it's not a notion that is sustained here, it has to be the direct realization that is sustained. It is only when one does not realize the self, which is free from old age, death, etc., that one wails aloud, alas, I am dead, or I am helpless. Possibly it might be better to say, alas, I am dying, or I am helpless. It is by such thoughts that ignorance is fortified. Free your mind from such impure thoughts and actions. Rest in the self, free from such notions. Though engaged in diverse activities, remain established in a state of perfect equilibrium, and rule this kingdom in peace and joy. The Lord sports in this world appearance, and then withdraws it into himself. This is what happens with the spiritual practitioner. There are times you're centered on yourself. There are moments when you've got to engage with things, so you direct your attention outwards. There are also times, though, when the attention is hijacked, and this is when effort needs to be made. The attention needs to be brought back beyond all notions and beyond all moods. The power or energy that creates and brings about bondage is also the power or the energy that dissolves creation and liberates. It's all the one consciousness. Just as the tree pervades all its parts and leaves, this infinite consciousness pervades the entire universe. Alas, the ignorant person does not realize it, though it is in every cell of his being. He who sees that the self alone is all enjoys bliss. It's a state of harmony. It's a state of being at home in the universe.